Well, thanks for that, Tim. Actually, the National Hurricane Center tracking 3 potential named storms out in the Atlantic. Doesn't look like any of them are going to be an immediate threat to the U.S., much less the Carolinas. It will be something to watch out for as hurricane season typically peaks within the next couple of months. Right now, here at home, yeah, it's a new dawn, a new day, a new life. Feeling good as well. 60s and 70s across the board. Yeah, not too bad, all things considered, on this mid-August day. Remember, it is still August. It is still summer. Yes, we're still 6 weeks away from fall, but yeah, summer still has plenty left in the tank. Classic summertime pattern. Hot, humid, tracking a few isolated, maybe thinly scattered storms, some of which that could get going. Yeah, maybe they'll pack some gusty winds, some localized torrential rainfall as well. As we zoom out, we actually see where the system is well off to our north and west, but it could send some pulses in our direction, even though a front really doesn't arrive until this weekend at the very, very earliest. What we call these storms that really ride around a ridge. Yeah, I'm alluding to it here. They're called ridge riders. So that ridge, what I am referring to, is a strong ridge, a strong area of high pressure. And this system on top of it just kind of sits there. And it's not going to really move a lot, but these storms, they kind of ride right along that front, which is really the demarcation line between more unstable and more stable air. You can see exactly what I'm talking about here. These storms, these little pulses of energy could move in our directions, and it could lead to some gusty winds. That's really going to be the main threat there. Maybe some localized heavy rainfall as well. But the good news is these storms will be moving pretty quickly. Don't really have to deal with any sort of training or storms really just hanging over the same area. Again, instead, this may be a gusty wind threat. So while a lot of us do remain dry, thanks to that ridge of high pressure, very strong, by the way, down to our south and west, any storms that clip us, again, could bring some gusty winds, some localized torrential rainfall, maybe some small hail as well, though that's not going to be as much of an issue. Here's another thing, though. With our short-range models, they do not handle these setups very well for whatever reason, so they're not going to show a whole lot of rain on the way. And to be clear, I don't think a lot of us see that much in terms of rainfall over the next 7 days. That said, it's definitely going to be a quality over quantity setup, especially starting on Tuesday. I think the general agreement is that today largely stays dry, and for that matter, much of this week does as well. But especially Tuesday and onward is when we could start to see a radar scheme like this. Very, very brief, but any storms, again, that do get going could pack those gusty winds that last about 30 minutes, 45 minutes at most. And then you're nice and dry again. Maybe a few trees come down. Wouldn't be shocked to see a few power outages, but by and large, you can get along with the rest of the day. That's really the setup that we're talking with here. So no day ruiners, no duck drowners, anything like that. But any storms, again, that do get going could be on the strong to severe side. It is going to be something to watch out for. Coming down from the north and west to the south and east. Highs, though, yeah, the big story, they're still cooking with gas, mid to lower 70s through the remainder of the work week. Maybe a bit cooler this weekend, but by and large, again, summer still flexing its muscles, showing that it still has a lot left in the tank.